Hey guys, what's up? It's Raven. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to finally another home decor update video. It has been a hot little minute since I've done a video like this. I was doing them pretty regularly for a while there. I moved into this house in the summer of 2019 and it is now the year 2021, which is crazy that that much time has already passed. And honestly, I still have a lot of work to do. I thought it was gonna be a much smoother, faster process. I, for some reason, thought I was gonna be done with it by the end of 2019. And like I said, now it is the year 2021 and I'm still just slowly making progress. It was a learning experience for me to realize how much work really goes into decorating and furnishing a house. Having said all that, it has been a minute since I've done a video like this because I kind of got frustrated with the process and I wasn't having a lot of luck finding the things that I wanted or getting the things done that I wanted. Pretty much after I finished decorating Ziya's room, which is the only room of the house that is really truly finished, I kind of was just like, okay, I'm done with her room. I can't do this no more. Like, I give up, whatever. And I just didn't really, like I said, didn't really do much with the house for a couple of months there. But I am happy to announce that we have actually made some progress now. The house is not done. A lot of people are always constantly asking me, when am I gonna do a fully furnished, fully finished house tour? Girl, my house is nowhere near finished, so I don't know when that tour is gonna come. Y'all just gonna have to hold your horses. But we're making progress now. I started to kind of nail down my ideas. I started to actually find the things that I wanted. Things are getting done, so we're moving now. And so I feel like I'll be able to do these videos more often now and be able to actually give you guys some fun updates. So starting off for this round of updates, the one thing that I did do towards the end of last year is hire a professional interior design company to help me with my office. So somebody recommended this company to me. I looked at their website, looked at their portfolio. I'm like, wow, they do some really nice work, but they are not based in my state. They're out of state. So I would be working with them remotely, which I thought was fine because with COVID and everything, most companies are doing things remotely anyway. Long story short, I spoke to them over the phone. They went over the process with me. I'm like, cool, sounds great. Basically, they were going to be providing a service where they put together the design for me. They show me a rendering, basically an illustration of what it would look like. And then they give me a whole breakdown shopping list of all the things that I would need to buy. That sounded like the perfect thing for me, being able to tell somebody kind of the vibe that I wanted. And they literally put it together for me. I can see how it's gonna look to make sure I like it. And then boom, they tell me exactly where to get all the stuff. And all I have to do is click, click, click and buy. But unfortunately, I think I was just like a little bit confused about the process, or I was expecting something that wasn't really part of the process. I don't know really what the issue was. Basically, I felt like it was a little bit more difficult than I anticipated to be able to communicate to them what I wanted in the room. So when they first gave me the design, I looked at it and I was like, this is not what I wanted. And I felt bad because they had taken the time to put together the whole rendering and show me everything and put together the whole package and the whole shopping list and everything. And then I was just kind of like, this is not what I was envisioning. This doesn't really look like what I want. And so I had to give them a lot of feedback in order to redo it. And then when they redid it, I was like, okay, this definitely looks a lot more like what I'm wanting, but it's still just not quite right. And so that's when I realized that like, maybe I don't know how to communicate what I want. Maybe I'm not explaining it well, like I don't know. And it just wasn't as smooth or as easy or like a one-step quick, let's just get all the stuff processed like I thought it would be. So where I'm at in that process now is that they definitely had some good ideas. They definitely gave me some items to order that I thought were really good, but it wasn't enough to just like get the whole design together and get the whole room together. So I'm kind of now having to just kind of figure it out on my own. And I really don't know what the issue is with the office because I really thought that I had a good idea and then it's becoming more of a chore than I thought to make it come to life. So yeah, that just wasn't really the quick fix I was looking for. So now I am just in the process of just rewinding and starting from scratch by myself to just find the right stuff and make my vision come to life for my office. So unfortunately, no exciting updates there. Maybe in my next update video, I will actually have something to show for it. Now, on to the things that I did actually make progress with. I went to CB2 to check out some rug samples because my house needs rugs. The floors are very bare. I've been needing a rug in the living room specifically real bad since I first moved in. Like, it just looks so empty in there. there. So I went to CB2 so I could see them in person because I had a bad experience in the past with ordering a rug online and then the color was nothing like what I thought it was going to be in person and I had to return it. So they have rug samples that you can actually buy for $25 and then you can return them to get your money back when you're done. So these are the 3 rug samples I just got from CB2. This one's for my office, but these are 2 that I was maybe considering for in here immediately. I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this one. I like the idea of having like a simple texture like that, but it's kind of looking kind of yellowish, kind of vanilla in a not good way. And then this one, it's not bad. This is a rug option possibly for in here because basically what I'm thinking is like pulling in some of the more black and dark tones since I have this in here. I feel like it just kind of matches the vibe. Now this for my office, so not that I have anything to pair it with yet, but I mean, I don't know. This is an option depending on what the wallpaper ends up being because I think the wallpaper is going to be in this color family, and if the wallpaper is more busy, maybe I want a more simple rug to go with it, so this could be an option. I have a wallpaper sample coming in, so I'll wait and see how that looks with this. We're not going to talk about the way that I look right now, but after much deliberation and looking at this rug sample, having it sitting in here in my living room for a full 24 hours, I think I've decided that I like it. I'm about to order that, and also the other one for my bedroom that we were looking at in the store. I've also decided, let's just go for it. Let's just order it. So about to do that right now. Great news. Just went on the website to order both of the rugs, and the ones that I need are not available at my local store for pickup, and to ship them, they are both estimated to ship in mid-April. It is January 13th. Anyways, let me go ahead and place this order now so I don't delay it any more than that. On to some other rooms of the house. I knew that I wanted to add additional cabinetry and shelving in my laundry room. I have cabinetry and countertop space on the left side of the room, but on the right side where the washer and dryer are, it's very bare, very empty, and I thought it would be nice to have a nice built-in situation with cabinets on either side of the washer, cabinets on top of the washer and dryer, countertop going on top, just like this whole built-in thing. So it's more functional and also looks a lot better. Basically for like a year now, I have been trying to find someone who can do this custom cabinetry project for my laundry room, and I have not had any luck. So finally, I ended up going to Lowe's home improvement store because they do cabinetry at Lowe's. They do it at Home Depot and Lowe's, but it's like not custom cabinetry. And I guess I thought that it wouldn't be like good enough for what I wanted or custom enough, but come to find out, I went to Lowe's and they actually have a lot of options. It actually is pretty damn near custom, if not, I mean, I would consider it to be pretty custom. And they said that they would be able to do like the type of project that I was wanting. So I'm like, look, whole time I could have just went to Lowe's. I was able to find a style of cabinetry to match the pre-existing cabinetry in the room. I was also able to pick out a few different color options because I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do for the color. They had the wood countertop even that I wanted, which I didn't think they was gonna have that. And I'm wanting to do some specialty things with my cabinetry because one part of it is going to serve as like a hidden litter box situation for bougie. And then for another part of it, I want it to be like a pull-out laundry hamper situation. I wasn't sure if they would be able to do like the certain like specialty cabinets that I wanted for those things, but he said that they could. So I'm like, wow. Whole time, Lowe's could have just came in clutch a year ago. I should have just went to Lowe's a year ago. So that's my bad. So I got these 2 cabinet door samples just to look at the color of the cabinets for in here in the laundry room. Obviously, I already have this stuff in here, this really cool tone, bluish gray, and I didn't want to try to match this because I knew I was not going to be able to exactly match it. So I want something that just kind of coordinates. You know, this one's closer in terms of like being not as much of a contrast. This one's obviously more contrast. This is kind of pulling the little color of like the little specks in the countertop really nicely.
But does it look like you were trying to match and then you couldn't?
This is definitely like, okay, you definitely weren't trying to match it. You were just doing something different. This looks kinda, I mean, I don't know if it looks like I was trying to get an exact color match.
I think you want the off-white as a contrast, especially if you're not putting this countertop, you're putting a wooden countertop.
It makes it like look weird because the washer and dryer are obviously white, which, you know, of course can't change that. That's just how washers and dryers are. Does this look like I was trying to get this color and couldn't quite match it? Or does it look intentional, like I wanted 2 different colors?
I mean, it looks like you got 2 different colors, but
I just don't like this color anymore now.
what if you found a paint that matched?
You can get the paint match to this.
Are you sure you can do that?
Yep.
Yeah, because now this is looking so blue to me now. And it's like, this is a really pretty color for in here, like with the floor and with this. And it doesn't look as like this. Like I said, it looks weird next to the pure white. This doesn't. Okay, so new question to ask the guy is, can we color match this so we can paint those?
Yeah, you just take that to any Home Depot or Lowe's. They put it under the machine and they can give you the exact color match.
Okay, well that's one thing kind of decided. After I chose what color I wanted, I went back to Lowe's to talk to the guy to kind of like fine tune the design. And then he said he would be sending somebody out to my house to actually look at the space, measure everything, and make sure that everything was going to work. So that guy came over, and unfortunately he did tell me that my design may not work. I may not actually have enough space to work with. So we might have to tweak the design slightly, which I think should hopefully be okay in the end. And luckily this guy, he is a contractor or a carpenter who Lowe's contracts to install their product. But this guy also just has his own business doing his own custom stuff. So it's lucky for me that he does custom stuff, because my project for the laundry room is actually going to have to include some custom aspects that Lowe's wouldn't be able to do. So long story short, I was very lucky to be connected to this guy through Lowe's, because I think he's going to be the perfect guy to get the job done. And it's going to be kind of a mix between what Lowe's can offer and what he can offer. And it's just, you see how complicated these things get, and you wouldn't even think it would be like this. But the other good thing about it too is that since he does his own custom work, I was able to ask him about my other project, which is the mudroom area. This is another project that I've been talking about for a year now. I thought of it at the same time that I thought of the laundry room thing, and I was having the same problem where I could not find anybody who could do it for me. And he was like, yeah, I did one just like that, like just a couple months ago. I could definitely do that. So I'm like, yes, finally. Now, as for the progress that I made in my master bedroom, I think that is the thing that I'm most excited about for this update, because my master bedroom has really been at a standstill this whole time. I kind of had my base furniture in there and that was it. But I finally made some progress. So I actually had a rendering done so I could see what some of my ideas would look like in space before I ordered them. So basically I sent him pictures of my room, and then I also sent him links and pictures to some of the items that I was thinking about buying for my room, which included a very special chandelier, some lamps, some artwork, a rug, plants, just like all the rest of the extra stuff that I was kind of thinking that I wanted to finish off my room. And it looked so realistic. Like, he did an amazing job. I would highly recommend this guy if you need any renderings done. I'll put his info in the description box. That gave me a really good idea of kind of what I needed to finish the space. So I went ahead and I bit the bullet and I ordered the chandelier and the lamps. Now, the reason why the chandelier and the lamps are such a big deal is because they are all from Restoration Hardware. And if you know anything about Restoration Hardware, you know that it is expensive. It's very nice, but it's expensive. It is my favorite furniture place. I get like all my inspo from there. I've always said that I just want my house to look like a Restoration Hardware showroom, pretty much. This particular chandelier, I've been looking at it probably since like 2015 or something like that, whenever they first came out with it. Always saw it in their showroom. When I saw it in person in their store for the first time, baby, I was like, I'm gonna have that in my house one day. So that's why it's such a big deal. And I just bit the bullet and I ordered it, even though it's very expensive and it hurt my wallet a little bit. But you know what? I said, I deserve to have that chandelier in my house somewhere. And why not put it in my bedroom? why not? I ordered it, and I also bought the 2 side table lamps to kind of somewhat coordinate with it. It has like this big crystal base, and it's a tall lamp, and it has a big drum lampshade, so it just really makes a statement in the room, and to me, they are pieces of art. So I'm currently about to order my lighting from Restoration Hardware. I'm putting this stuff in my cart, y'all. The chandelier and the 2 lamps. Plus you gotta buy the lamp shades separately. Y'all don't wanna see the total. Y'all don't wanna see this total. I don't wanna see the total. Chandelier, 2 lamp shades, 2 lamps. And with member pricing, you do get a nice little discount. You know, I am saving almost $2,000 with the members program, but still. So the lamps came in, I opened them up, and I was instantly in love. I was at first a little bit worried about the shade of brass, because brass comes in a bunch of different shades. You think it's gonna be gold and it's gonna match all the rest of the gold stuff, but there's so many different shades of gold. At this point, I'm over it. I'm not trying to match all the shades of gold exactly, because it's just impossible. Even though I'm buying all this stuff from the same store, it still comes in a bunch of different shades of gold. So we're just gonna have different shades of gold in my room, and I'm fine with it, and I still think it looks good. The only thing was, once I got the lampshades in, I was like, a little bit iffy, because when I ordered them, it was supposed to be white, like white linen. But when I received them, they looked more off-white ivory, and it was kind of like bothering me, standing out to me. So I'm currently trying to decide if it's okay or if I want to return these and try to get an actual pure white lampshade. Or another idea that I had is, what if I do black lampshades? And I did get the chandelier delivered, but I had to wait until the install guy could come and put it up, obviously, because I was not about to, how would I ever even attempt to try to do that by myself? It is this huge, heavy 50-pound chandelier that needed like extra support and stuff to be, it was gonna be this whole installation process. But luckily I did not have trouble finding someone to install it. That was like an easy recommendation from somebody. Boom, he was available. Cool, I just had to wait until the day that he was gonna come. The other thing that I knew that I wanted from the rendering was the plants on either side of my nightstand. So in the rendering, I had him put like these simple modern black pots with these big oversized palm plants, like either a traveler's palm or maybe a bird of paradise plant. But I just wanted like these big green leafy plants, because the room is so neutral and so just like white and gray that was kind of my way of like adding a pop of color. So for the big black pots that I wanted, that I had depicted in the rendering, I shopped around, and I did a lot of shopping around, but the closest thing that I could find were these pots from Pottery Barn, and they were gonna cost $800 a pop. I could spend thousands of dollars on a chandelier, because I don't know how to make a chandelier. I can't DIY a chandelier, but I'm pretty sure I could DIY these pots. So what I did, I took my little crafty self over to At Home, which has a lot more like affordable stuff, and I remembered that they normally carry like some pots, but they just didn't carry the styles and the colors that I wanted, like the more modern, black, sleek looking stuff. They had more traditional. And then if you look around, they do have some modern looking stuff, but it's like the fake plastic, lightweight ones that just weren't really giving me a luxury vibe. And I didn't want like a fake plastic one. I wanted like an actual real stone pot. So what I did was I found the size and the shape and the material that I wanted, and they were only $100, and decided that I was going to do a DIY, basically just spray painting them to get the color and the finish that I wanted. All right, so with help from Maya, we were able to, just us two, get it out of my trunk, surprisingly, and bring it in here so I could see the size and shape before I take it back out to paint it. And I think this is good. I think I'm gonna move forward. All right, so I have my pots here. My thought process with this DIY is to use these little sanding blocks. I also have some regular sandpaper somewhere around here, but I thought these little sanding sponges would be easier to like grip and use. I don't know, hopefully that works, because I feel like I need to sand down this glossiness. And then I was thinking I probably need to prime it first. So I bought this fast drying primer. It basically just says that it helps to, you know, adhere the paint to it. But then I also bought this stone textured spray paint. So this has has like little grit texture in it. Oh, I also bought this other texture, which is like slightly different. So I was thinking of like mixing these two textures. But then for the color on top, I bought this ultra matte black spray paint. We're just gonna start with this experiment. I've never done this before, so we shall see. Step one is to sand both of the pots down. So I'm gonna start with the rougher sanding sponge. Let's just see what this does. Nothing. It's not doing anything. I thought this was gonna be, this really isn't that rough. Yeah, this ain't doing nothing. Let me see my other sandpaper. It still feels really smooth. Like it's not really giving me any grit to help the paint stick. So I feel like sanding it is not gonna really make a difference. This is barely doing anything. So, I mean, let's see. I think I'm just gonna yellow it, skip the sanding, go straight into priming and painting and just hope that the paint sticks. All right, so that's pretty much the primer done. I have to let this dry, obviously. Come back and see about the texture, let that dry, and then do the color. All right, so I let the primer dry for an hour, which is how long it said to let it sit before applying anything on top. And then I've gone ahead and tested out both of the different textured sprays. The first one I tried was this one, and when I sprayed it on, it kind of did like a weird thing right here, and then like the texture is very, very fine. But then I tried the other one and it came out just like that, and you can definitely see the texture. So I feel like this is actually gonna work really well. All right, so I just used the entire can. So here's the before and after of just with the primer on. It's a very like, obviously smooth, kind of plasticky finish compared to with the actual texture on there. All right, y'all, so it has been like 4 hours since I applied the texture. So now it is completely dry. I am noticing some interesting things happening. It definitely didn't look like that when I first sprayed it on. It looks like it kind of separated and cracked a little bit. But I'm kind of not mad at it. I think having little flaws like that helps it look more like real handmade stone pottery. I am just going to go ahead on with the black spray paint. It is the next day. I made sure to do like 2 full coats to make sure it's fully coated and it has sat here and dried overnight. And you know, it's not really giving me ultra matte. It still obviously has a bit of like a shine or a sheen to it. It's definitely not glossy, but it's not what I would call ultra matte. But you know what? I think it looks okay. I'm not gonna really know until I bring it into my room. So I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can bring these heavy things into my room by myself. I'm a strong, independent woman who don't need no man. So yeah, the DIY pots actually turned out really, really well. I had no idea if it was gonna work or not, and I was very pleasantly surprised with how this project turned out. It gave me the exact look that I wanted, and it saved me hundreds of dollars. So I brought those into the room. I was super happy with that, but then it was time to actually get the plants to go in them. But unfortunately, I really have not had any luck finding real traveler's palm or bird of paradise plants that are like big and tall and healthy like that, to be able to buy them straight like that from any of my local nurseries. So I decided to try some fake ones. I'm really picky with fake plants, trust me y'all. I looked at the best of the best, highest quality, looks the most real fake plants, and I shopped around quite a bit, and I landed on these ones from a website called Nearly Natural, which were like the top rated ones or whatever. And I ordered 2 different sizes because I wasn't sure what size I would need. And so I first brought the smaller size into the space to check it out. I was like, yeah, it definitely still looks kind of fake, but I guess it's, you know, kind of realistic enough. I'm not sure about the size. It's definitely smaller than what I had in the rendering, but maybe it'll be okay. Then the larger one came in and I was like, okay, yeah. So this size I think is closer to what I had depicted in the rendering, just to make a big oversized big statement. So I decided to just go for for it, I went ahead and ordered a second one so I could have 2 on either side. And yeah, I was like, you know what? We're just gonna have these big, tall, 7-foot fake plants because that's about as good as I can do right now. Is it perfect? No. Are they super duper duper realistic? Like, oh my God, you can't even tell that they're not real? No, like you can kind of tell that they're not real, but you know, it's the best I can do for right now. I'm tired of my room being empty. And then of course, I wanted to give the whole thing a Restoration Hardware feel. What they have is a moss kind of covering going across where the dirt would be. And I guess it just kind of like gives a more luxury feel. Instead of just looking at a pile of dirt, it's like some nice moss or whatever. I ended up going to Target and I finally found some ottomans for the living room. I was not shopping for home decor at Target today. I went into Target for something totally different, but of course I ended up coming across this stuff. Now, I was smart and I asked the people if they would give me a damage discount because of the fact that I noticed on some areas there were these little like black marks, little like skid marks, I guess just from like transit and moving them around the store. But I was like, these ottomans were what, I think $70 or $80, but I got 20% off of each one because of that. So always be sure to ask. If you see any little mark, crack, rip, anything like that on your stuff, always ask for a damage discount. You can usually get 10, 15, 20% off of the item. And I was hoping that they would coordinate with the couch, which I think they do. It's not an exact color match also because these are 2 different types of fabric, so the color shows a little bit differently, but I definitely feel like they're in the same color family. And the idea was for them to live under there. I like it. I mean, it's definitely very simple. It's not like a wow factor or anything, but I like this little linen texture on them. I think the color is nice. So yeah, I just definitely needed something to go underneath that table. And I felt like it would be nice to have that additional seating over here. So you can kind of, if people come over, they can just grab the ottoman, pull it over to wherever they want to sit. Then I also came across these pillows. These are more decorative pillows and they have this kind of piping going around the edge, which actually matches the tones in my bedroom. So ignore the color of my sheets in here and everything. This matched so perfectly. And this is kind of a unique shade of gray that you don't always see. It's kind of a taupey gray. So finding stuff that kind of coordinates is a little bit difficult sometimes. Like this other pillow that I bought goes well with it, but then like this darker one is kind of in a different color family. Same thing with these gray sheets. They almost look purple. So that's gotta go. That's gotta go. Even this blanket that I have in here, that's gotta go. Okay, so boom. Here's sort of an idea of a better bed. It's just I removed the stuff that I didn't like about it. And then I just have this plain white duvet cover that I've been having for a while. The problem is when you wash it, it gets so wrinkly and I can never just make it look nice. And I even tried to iron it and it just wasn't like, I don't know. It's always wrinkly and that kind of bothers me. So I kind of want to get a different type of comforter or duvet cover that won't show wrinkles and stuff so badly. Another thing that I feel like my bed needs is some sort of throw blanket. I want a blanket that's the color of my furniture to lay across the bottom half of the bed. I feel like that would definitely add something. Generally speaking, simple hotel style bedding is the vibe in here. So I think we're getting closer to that. Bougie, you just really want to be in this video, huh? Every time I start recording a certain area, you wanna pose. You wanna pose in the area so you could be in the shot, huh? You do look awfully cute. And you do also match the aesthetic. But then finally the day came when it was time to get the chandelier installed, and I don't know why I was so nervous. Well, I do know why I was nervous, because that thing was expensive and I just felt like, I don't know how these 2 guys are gonna get it way up there. And I was just like, please don't drop it, please. I don't want anything to go wrong, like whatever. But it turned out to be a really smooth, quick process. They got it up there, I don't know how. They had this big old giant ladder and they got it up there and they hooked it up, and I came and looked at it and I loved it. Worth every penny. You want to see something?
Yes.
Come here. I got something new in my room. Turn the light switch on. What do you think?
I like it. And how did it even get all the way up there? And who even did it?
I had to have a guy, well, 2 guys came to do it for me because I couldn't do it by myself. You like it?
Mm-hmm.
So now that the chandelier is in there, which is like my favorite part of the room, and I got the lamps, I've got the plants to bring in some life, it's starting to come together. We're waiting on the rug that is on back order from CB2. We're still trying to figure out the bedding, and then we definitely need artwork. And then like a few little accessories to finish it off. That's what we're waiting on with that, but hopefully in the next, you know, couple weeks, my bedroom will pretty much be finished. We got the main stuff out of the way, and I'm super excited about that. So yeah, you guys, stay tuned for the final master bedroom reveal coming up. We also have the laundry room project coming up, the mud room project coming up, and then I have another thing that I've been working on, been making progress with, that I am so excited about. My front and backyard transformation, y'all. The design has already been made. It is magnificent. It's gonna be such a huge transformation, especially in my backyard. Because right now my backyard is just a big patch of grass, pretty much. But definitely stay tuned for that. That is gonna be, you wanna talk about HGTV? Stay tuned for this backyard project, y'all. I'm just saying. In the meantime, tell me what you think about the new additions and the new plans in the comments down below. If you have any recommendations or suggestions, I'm always up for any advice that you guys might have, because like I said, this process is not as easy as I thought it was gonna be. So I need all the help that I can get. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't already so you can be in the loop for the upcoming updates. And I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.